took last Saturday, which I thought I was doing for the kingdom, which in turn was meant for me to take. And then I spent the better part of Saturday writing in. And I haven't really posted too much on blogs or just actually talked to anybody. But when I came back in the rain writing is when I figured out that all that I'm doing, I can't do unless it's God who's directing me. And then on Wednesday, as I was coming down from the ride in my office, God just spoke to me about leadership and teaching and what that means to me and what it should mean as a man of God and building this kingdom ministry. And frankly, it was cool because God just told me that a teacher, when God calls you into His kingdom, a teacher has already been taught. A leader has been led. And when He prepares you for His glory, He prepares you to go through all aspects of life so that when you're finally positioned by God, it's when you know that the call is not complete, nor is it finished, but those that you are leading as His flock will look to you, and you can then begin to teach them because you have gone through all your trials, and more trials come. But not only have you gone through all your trials, but you have learned and you have grown. So being a teacher and a leader simply means that you have been taught, you have failed, you have had successes, but the biggest thing you've learned from every one of those seasons. And same goes for a leader. You've been led. Someone has put a rope around you and took you through the mud, given you many lessons, put wisdom in you, and you have learned. You have walked behind that person who is leading you. So that was my Wednesday affirmation, and it's kind of been a good week on top of being a stressful week. That Thursday night after life group, Dee and I, we had a friend stop by, and we were actually doing the video this week for the cross. And it was Thursday night when things started opening up, and not things, but God's will started opening up, and I was used to prophesy in this man's life. And it's interesting what God does, because God does things in order, and He also does things when there's a witness, because the Bible says when two or more are together in His name, that's when He is in the midst. And God always speaks to us when there's a witness, because if He's with us and you're alone, then there's two. Normally when you're in a group and He's with us is when He kind of takes over. So what happened Thursday was simply after we had a little bit of a study in the book of John, and I was showing this man what I thought His Spirit was giving me. And that is when God took over and began to prophesy and to teach and share what God wanted me to share with Him, and God used me. So it was an awesome deal to be in that presence, and not only an awesome deal, but to experience that. So that was Thursday, and our